one thing I love about Norton Transport. They give you that freedom where if you want to work and get to it, you can do that. If you need a little more flexibility in your schedule but still make some money, it presents that opportunity as well.
Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, the podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. And of those of you who join us each and every Thursday, you know this is a space where we elevate and celebrate the drivers, the men and the women that drive all over the country, moving trucks that move eventually the commerce, the products that come in your home. Of course, we don't move cargo here at Norton Transport. We move the trucks that eventually do. And this is a space, again, where we lift up the drivers for all that they do. And joining us this evening is Corey Jackson. Corey, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, John, for having me.
You bet. Now, we're recording this on Halloween. It is Halloween night, and you can probably hear some children in the background. Are you doing something Halloween-related there, Corey?
I am at this moment. Allow my sons to walk through the neighborhood that's connected with his school. They do a big thing every Halloween where all the kids and all the families come out and just partake as one.
Well, thank you for joining us on this Halloween here and taking time out as you're walking the neighborhood with your children there. Is he bringing in the candy there? Is he bringing in a bunch of candy?
Oh, we have a bucket full of candy at this moment, John.
Now, are you going to get into that candy? Are you a sweet tooth guy?
Oh, I am, and we've got about the same type of sweet tooth. He doesn't like too much chocolate. I like Skittles and Starburst, and he's on that same track as well.
I got you. Now, how many children do you have, Corey?
Just one.
Just the son there. I got you. How old is he?
Yeah, he's 5. His name is Kane Jackson.
Kane Jackson. All right. Corey Jackson joining us here on the Six Figure Trucker on Halloween. The Six Figure Trucker, of course, brought to you by Norton Transport. Corey is out walking the streets with his son, trick-or-treating, and took time to join us here. Now, Corey, obviously you took off today off of the road. When's your next load?
I'm actually picking up tomorrow in Madison, Georgia.
Gotcha. And then where's that load running to?
That load's running to Randolph, New Jersey.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of truck is it that you're picking up?
Says it's an M2 box truck, Freightliner, M2 Freightliner. Okay. I think it's going to be more like a 26-foot box truck.
Okay, that should be a relatively easy drive.
Correct.
Gotcha. Now, as many of you here that listen to our program here, we take recommendations from our dispatch teams for drivers. Corey was recommended by Amanda, said you're a fantastic driver, very responsible, very reliable. Are these things that you take pride in doing?
Well, I just try to make sure that I'm thoroughly doing my pre-trip when I start off, and then just make sure I'm recognizing and planning my route properly. Because, that could be one of the major things out there, just having an extra route on top of your already set route. So I take pride in doing those things to start off.
What's the secret to that as far as making sure each one's a success? I mean, I know that there are always hiccups that can happen, but the best that you can do to keep that from happening.
Like you say, the best I can do is do a thorough pre-trip from front to the back of the truck, especially if you're dealing with a brand new unit, and most definitely if you're dealing with a used unit, just do the thorough pre-trip. And then, like you say, just planning that route, having an A and a B option, and if you can actually either come up with a C option. And what I've been doing, John, I've been trying to get I try to do as close to the major cities as I can. Because like you say, sometimes you don't always get that luxury. But if you can keep it that way, it just makes it easier to get to your next load. You might have a lot more commute options as far as train, Greyhound is involved, or even if you have Uber or Lyft access.
I got you. Sounds like the kids are having a blast out there.
Man, if I wish we could have did this on a video call, because the street, they closed off 4 different streets and just letting they're like probably like 5 or 6 blocks, if not more long. And you just get to walk up and down each one.
Okay, so they're bringing in the bucket loads of candy there.
And they're really festive with it. Like they got people acting out and everything. Man, this is a sight to see for sure.
Gotcha.
And this happens in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the weather like there on this Halloween in Columbia?
Oh, it's chilly and light rain. So
Gotcha. What is Kane dressed up as?
a skeleton.
He's a skeleton. I got you. Now, has Corey dressed up, or you just dressed up as a father there?
Yeah, just dressed up as a father this evening.
I got you. Now, Columbia, South Carolina, that's home for you?
That is home for me.
Are you a Gamecocks fan?
I am. I have a Gamecock sweatshirt on now as we do the interview. I have one on now.
I got you. They're having a rough year this year.
Yeah, man. I'm all I can say is we need our lady Gamecocks basketball to save us.
Yeah, well, Dawn Staley does quite a job there.
Yeah, man, outstanding.
Now, what you were talking about, you're heading from Madison. Do you try to stay in a certain area, or are you canvass the whole country?
No, I canvassed the whole country just the last month. I've got my elders that stay in New Jersey, and they've been going through a hard time with my uncle, and he's been really going through like depression and anxiety right now. So this also gives me a freedom of schedule where I could be one of those helping hands of the family, because most of my family is either 50 or older, and a lot of them are not as active and not moving. So this allows me to get up there, and like I said, as long as I plan my route wisely, I can get up there and be a helping hand, run into the grocery store, the banks, and all that. I've been doing that for the last month or so.
Gotcha. I guess that's got to be rewarding to have that kind of freedom.
It is. And that's one thing I love about Norton Transport, because they give you that freedom where if you want to work and get to it, you can do that. If you need a little more flexibility in your schedule but still make some money, it presents that opportunity as well.
Gotcha. Now, what classification driver are you? I was reading up, but that was last week when we were trying to get together, but it slipped my mind there. Are you Class A? Is that right?
Oh, yeah, I'm Class A, but I don't have any endorsements or anything, just Class A, but no restrictions either, so I can drive manual and automatic.
So what's your favorite truck to get behind the wheel of?
Man, that's a good question, because those new Peterbilts, man, those are a beauty. If I would have to say so, it's definitely a Pete. I love driving a Peterbilt.
The new Pete's rolling down the road in one of those?
Yeah, but just not the new ones. Just even, like I say, any Pete I've gotten in has always been pretty reliable, like I say, sturdy, and just been a great truck to drive.
Treat you right. Now, a common question we ask people on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport, is what are some of the prettiest things you've seen out there on the open road?
Some of the previous things?
Some of the, just things that just take your breath, just scenic things, places you've been that really just take your breath kind of things.
Man, I was in, this was actually earlier part of this year, was riding through New Mexico, had a chance to stop at a fuel station out there. Man, they have a whole classic car, antique car, like a little museum in there. I was so to see some of those cars, because like I said, I'm real big in rebuilding cars and restructuring cars. So just seeing that was astonishing to me.
What kind of cars were out there in New Mexico?
Man, it has like a 62, 63 Mustang, had an old Chevrolet, one of the originals, like pickup truck, the old Thunderbirds, how they had in like the movie Cars.
Gotcha.
Like they just have some classic must-see, like you don't see these anywhere out on the road or anything. So that was just a sight to see. And then just when I'm riding through Arizona 66 from there, and I see all that land, and you see how the sun sets on those mountains and things of that nature, those are just must-see that you only can get if you're there in that area. You only can really take it in and be astonished by actually being in that moment.
You got to be there to see it. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
you had mentioned cars, and we talked a little bit before we started recording here. You're a big car guy. Now, what are you
That
working
is
on right
correct.
now? Do you have a project you're working on right now?
Yeah, I got a 1986 Ford LTD Crown Victoria. Still has the original 5.0 engine in it. It's not the one that goes in the Mustangs. It's a low output, but still, just for it to be in one piece in the age of the car is not hurting and no possible, no rust, anything. So
what's next on the restoration of it? What have you done, and what do you got to what's left to do on it?
I left to do on it. I found out I had a slight coolant leak on the head gasket, so had to, like I say, in the process of now tearing the motor down and getting it rebuilt. So I'm thinking when I rebuild it a little bit, I might give it a little off,
I
just
got
a
you.
little bit.
I got you.
But that's the only thing. After that, man, everything else is immaculate.
Doesn't need any painting or anything?
No, this car is ready to go.
Now, how many cars have you done over the years there? I mean, have you done quite a few?
Yeah, I'm actually, like I say, I got 3 all together one side, but this is the main one I'm working on. Other than that, I got 2 more that I'm putting together also. But like I say, I'm slowly putting those together. But that Crown Vic is my main thing right now.
I got you. Got you. What color is it?
Blue. It's blue with a blue half a top, half a vinyl top.
I got you. I'm picturing it right now. Picturing it.
Well,
Now, what kind are the other two you got working?
I got one, like I say, I got a 1995 pickup truck. It's a box truck, but it's got the extended cab, short bed.
Right.
But like I said, I'm working on it. Yeah, so I got that. And then I got a Grand Marquis, 1994 Grand Marquis.
Okay. All right.
And it's all white.
Now, of all the cars that you've done over the years, do you have a favorite?
I won't say I just got a favorite. I just, like I said, I just love to see my hands, like I say, produce these things,
I got you.
Like actually putting the work in myself.
Yeah, how long have you been behind the wheel there? I was looking at this is not you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, I've been driving since 2017, so going on about 7 years.
What's the main thing that attracts you to it?
Man, really just being on that open road, like for the road to me is peace of mind. I get time to myself. I get time to just really think. And just when I'm on that road, there's just something about it that refreshes me.
Gotcha. We hear that sometimes from other drivers about the peace of the open road there. Have you had moments out there on the open road where you're just thinking, man, this is just a really great experience to be seeing this part of America and to be getting paid for it at the same time?
Yes, and it's like I say, Norton offers that. So that's what I loved about it, because it was actually a good friend of mine that recommended me to the company, and he said he dealt with all the other driveway companies, but this the best one he said he done dealt with.
We certainly appreciate hearing that from you, Corey Jackson, here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Now, Corey, who was the friend that said that to you?
Taylor Hendrick.
Okay. Another good driver. We really like having those good drivers there. And I was going to ask you, are you guys still in the heart of the trick-or-treating, or is it winding down, or what's the status?
Well, we're winding down, but families are still pulling up. Like, we just got back to our cars, and we're looking like, how are we going to get out of here right now? Because that's how packed it is.
Oh, my. Okay. Well, being a professional truck driver, you ought to be able to figure that out.
Oh, yeah. Being a professional truck driver, I should be able to navigate it. You can get out that way.
Yeah, got you. Now, let's see. You said that most of your family is 50 or older. How old are you, Corey?
I'm 34.
34 years old. Been doing the driving for since 2017. How much longer do you see yourself doing it?
I want to give me till I'm 40.
Stay in it until you're 40?
I said until I'm 40. Yeah, I'm going to go all the way to 40.
Gotcha. Now, what would you say if somebody is considering moving into driveway? Say they're on the fence, don't know if they want to do it. What are some of the pros and the cons of it? You can be totally candid with us.
The pros are Like just planning, just being able to have the freedom of schedule, the how you get paid with the incentives, just really having the freedom of schedule, because that means a lot. Like I say, in trucking, the money's going to come regardless, just off maneuvering and handling those vehicles. But just off the freedom of schedule, that's the pros with the drive-away. Now, the cars are getting stuck in some smaller cities and some smaller places with no regular transportation if you just like ready to jump on a load without actually doing your homework.
I mean, that's something I'm sure that has happened to everyone that's been in it. Sometimes you get jammed up, but you got to have a plan. Everybody talks about that, having a plan to get out.
Everybody talks about it, but do they actually do it?
Gotcha. How do you stick to that as far as having your plan and sticking to it?
Well, like I say, because sometimes those lows, they go so quickly. So really, it's just knowing where certain areas are, and I know that from being in the game for the amount of time I have been in it, because I'm going on 2 years in January. So just being in the game has given me knowledge of where certain places is. So right away when I see certain places, I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar. That's over there.
Right.
And that helps me out.
Gotcha.
Just having the memory of it.
Gotcha. You're listening to Corey Jackson here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Usually we go a little bit longer, but Corey has been out being a good father doing the trick-or-treating thing here, and it sounds like Corey's trying to get his kids back, or his child back in the car there to navigate his way out of there. Corey, thank you so much for joining us. Anything we may have left out?
No, I think we touched everything, John. I just appreciate you for the opportunity and being considered by Amanda, because Amanda's turned out to be a great dispatch overall.
Well, while you talking about Amanda, we usually always talk about the relationship between the driver and the dispatcher. How would you describe your relationship with Amanda's team, and Amanda particularly?
My relationship with Amanda is just one of a kind, because she actually allows and trusts in me to, when I tell her that I'm going to deliver it one way, pick it up one day and deliver it the next, she actually just doesn't question me on it. She just trusts and believes in me, and that goes a long way, because at the end of the day, we definitely work together, but overall we both are adults, so we should be able to, just like I say, communicate with no friction and trusting each other to do what each other says they're going to do for each other. And that connection and relationship just means a lot out here.
Well said from Corey Jackson here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Corey, go enjoy some Skittles.
Hey, thank you, John, man, and thank you again for having me.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton, or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.